Both teams hoping to use this game to get back on track.
Yeah, Kevin, when you're struggling, sometimes you just need that one win to get you going, and then you can be propelled in the right direction. Don't underestimate the power of having some positive momentum.
Well said. Now we'll look at Memphis's starting group. Morant is the point, with Bane out on the wing. Edey out there with Jaren Jackson, and it's Wells in at the 3.
And few defenders to ever play in this league have the ability to slow Wembanyama inside.
Pass to Morant. Bane sets the screen for Morant. And then Morant slams it in.
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Brandon Clark, he's checked in for Edey. Here's Wembanyama. To the wing on the left. Here's Castle. That's good, and it's Wembanyama with the assist.
That's a confident shot right there by the rookie. Castle wants to keep improving that part of his game.
GA, there is a lot to like about the game of Stephon Castle.
His size, playmaking, defensive intensity. I guess the question, is there that one thing that he can do at an elite level? That will be a crucial step if he's to become a star.
Now, here's Bane. And it's Desmond Bane with the foul. That's his first foul.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
Fox goes in, and it's Fox with the jam.
And just maybe the quickest player in the league. Fox can get to the bucket at will. Better bring some help when he's driving.
Here's Morant. Outside, Bane. From the arc. Buries it from three-point range.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Now, here's Fox. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And that's where De'Aaron Fox thrives. He wants to get inside and finish at the rim.
Clark kicks to Jackson. Clark a screen on Barnes. Jackson misses. Spurs have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. The kick out to Barnes. To the middle. Here's Wembanyama. Goes back up. Takes it off the glass.
I just love the determination on that backboard. Coming out of the gates really, really strong.
That'll make his coaching staff smile, showing them his impact from the get-go.
The delicate touch on display there. Gotta love when Morant lets that floater fly off his fingertips. Beautiful.
Jackson against Wembanyama.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, D.A.?
Thank you, Kevin. You asked Greg Popovich about Victor Wembanyama, and he says Victor's a different player. He's got talent, and you don't want to take that out of him. I tried to do that with Manu Ginobili, and I learned my lesson. Just shut up and let him play. Victor does some amazing things. His game is all-encompassing. Kevin?
That's a great way to put it, D.A. It is all-encompassing. Wembanyama is 1 of 1. Hey, thank you for the report. And it's Taylor Jenkins calling timeout here. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. The Grizzlies making a switch here. Edey's checked in. A minute 20 left to play in the first. So, Greg, the Spurs last year began 15-56, but it was the ending that they're really hanging their head on. They won 7 of their last 11 games.
And over that closing stretch, Wemby averaged 27 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists, and 5 blocks. A small glimpse into the potential of this young superstar.
And here is Barnes after the three-pointer from Desmond Bane. Morant finds Jackson. Now Wells. Jackson with the screen to the right side. The three from Morant. And it's Fox with the rebound. And so Fox will bring it up for the Spurs. It's a 5-point game. Wembanyama, no good. Memphis has gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. And stolen by Barnes. Here's Castle. Sinks the triple. Castle's got 6.
Something Castle continues to work on. It's crucial that he becomes more consistent from deep.
Morant with it. Over Castle. And another miss by Memphis.
When the defense is playing off you like that, you want to be able to convert. But that time, you just couldn't get it done.
And we return to the second quarter, and Noche Latina. Specialized jerseys on display. Welcome back, everyone. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
Well, I'm seeing that their second chance points are exactly what every coach wants to see. Hustling on the offensive glass to convert every possession they can.
And you can't turn it over against this team. That's a recipe for disaster, and we're seeing the results of that.
On the floor to begin things for Memphis here in the second quarter. They've got Clark. Vince Williams out there with Luke Kennard. Then it's Bagley, and it's Jackson in at the small forward position. Now, here's Kennard. And he starts out with a miss in this one.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Paul with the ball, picked up by Bagley. Johnson for 3. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Here's Clark over in the corner, Williams. Paul with the steal. And a fast break now for the Spurs. They grab their own miss. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And the call will be against Marvin Bagley. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
On defense, Memphis trailing here by 8. Hamu Kalashvili passes to Vassell. 6 to shoot from outside the arc. Bagley with the rebound.
Well, this was his shot to miss, honestly. Poor coverage, good setup. He just couldn't knock it down.
Here's Kennard. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And still early in the period, and they're only 1 foul away from being over the limit.
Now, here's Vassell. He has yet to score. Ball against Kennard. And good that time. Paul's got the lead up to 8 now for the Spurs. Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
Nailed from three-point land.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Scooped up. Vassell kicks to Johnson. Shot clock at 6. Inside, Dassie. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. A On the wing, Williams. The tray. Here's Clark. Slammed home, and he dropped. The foul, a chance for another point at the free throw line. It's going to be on Devin Vassell.
And all of his athleticism on display there. Clark's work ethic makes him lethal on that offensive backboard.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Stevens is checked in.
Well, that's just a careless pass. He's lucky that was just deflected and not picked off.
Paul looking around. And the call will be against Marvin Bagley. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second personal foul. 14 foul.
On defense, Memphis. 6-point game. Johnson up top, guarded by Jackson. Massey, the pass to Johnson. Here's Mamu Kelishvili. A second chance effort. Kicks it out to Paul. Clock at 4. Pass to Mamu Kelishvili. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Mamu Kelishvili has got 6.
And love how Paul seeks out his teammates. Superb at slicing the D to pieces with his passing.
Here's Stephens. 1:05 left to play here in the half. Shoots. Rebounded by the Spurs. A shot by Paul. Nobody around. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
And look at Paul's focus. He is completely locked in on his shot.
Bagley finds Jackson. The 3. Cranes the three-pointer. 5 points in the game.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
Here's Vassell. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
And just attacking the paint. Vassell knows better than to hold back.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Jackson, a screen on Paul. Back to Jackson. Three-pointer. Massey pulls it in. Massey's got 4 rebounds in this game. Fires for 3. Vassell, no good. Clark outside. There's Jackson with the 3. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the San Antonio Spurs holding on to an 11. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
Please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Give me a beat. They're measuring up the shot.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Victor Wembanyama really making a difference here.
And he was an absolute monster on the offensive glass in that first half. I don't know how you slow him down.
Yeah, look, even when you put a body on him, he finds ways to extend possession.
Castle is out there with Fox. Then it's Barnes. Then there's Wembanyama. And it's Champagnie in at the 4-man position. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with. You can see, and Coach, you can feel John Morant's star power, and his presence on the floor is such a factor. It affects the game.
Yeah, it sure does. And it even affects the energy in the building. His play is so dynamic, athletic, energetic. I mean, you can't sit and watch a Ja game. He's going to get you on your feet.
He is one of a kind for sure.
Wembanyama is a specimen going at the rim there with a purpose.
Offensive rebound. That is good, and the Spurs lead is cut to just 11 on the basket from Jackson.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
And I can tell you from experience, these are the types of things that drive coaches crazy.
Here's Fox. The kick out to Barnes. Wembanyama up top for the three. It's rebounded by Memphis. They set the pick. Jackson from long range. San Antonio with the rebound. Wembanyama's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Coach, only 2 players have led the NBA in blocks as a rookie. Manute Bol and our favorite, Victor Wembanyama.
Well, Kevin, Wembanyama is already special defensively, not only as a shot blocker, but the amount of ground that he can cover to affect shots. And there are people around the league that believe that he can become the best defender of all time.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Hey, Kevin. Greg Popovich is guiding a young Spurs team that's hoping to return this franchise to the dominance that saw 5 titles since 1999. Pop said the standards haven't changed. Be very direct, demand, be fair, and love them. They got to know you care about them. So it's all the same formula from 25 years ago to today. Kevin?
It's an interesting story, David. Thank you. And, of course, as a Hall of Famer, you bringing that to us? Perfect. Payne for 3. Rebounded by Victor Wembanyama. There's the triple. That won't go. He's failed to score in 6 of his 11 tries from the field. Payne inside the 3-point line. And the lead is down inside single digits. Payne's got 8 points.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
The Grizzlies trail by 8. Jackson with the bounce pass. Jackson setting the pick here for Morant. Pass to Wells. And that one, good.
Well, that's easy pickings for him. Unless the defense is all over him, he'll take that all day long.
Back from outside, bangs home the trifecta. 9 points in the game so far. As a coach, what were some of your favorite parts, Stan, of life on the road?
Well, Kevin, we get treated really well on the road in the NBA. I mean, you travel on great charters. People take care of your bags. We stay in great hotels. But my favorite part of being on the road was when we were on our way home. Easier to win at home, family at home. That was the favorite part.
How about the bonding experience that a lot of coaches talk about when you're out there kind of alone against the forces, just you and your team?
Well, I definitely think players bond on trips like that because they're not going in different directions. They team to spend time together. I don't think any of them ever wanted to spend time with me.
Now here's Paul. Keldon Johnson unable to get his last shot to go. Amu Kalashvili. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 3 assists in the game. Williams kicks to Jackson. And stolen by Vassell. Paul outside. Jacks up a 3. It's Clark with the rebound. The Grizzlies trail by 13. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
46 seconds left to play here in the third. Williams, that's a 2-pointer. And another miss by Memphis. San Antonio leading by 13. Bagley the screen. Stevens the pass to Williams.
Spurs foul.
For Memphis, they have made 2 of their previous 3 free throws in today's game. And that one falls for Williams.
Shooting for Memphis. Williams.
And Williams drops them both. For San Antonio, they've gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. San Antonio again missing. Here's Steffens, covered by Vassell. For three. Tries again. Outside for Jackson. For three. Williams. The shot, no good. It's stolen by Bagley. He can't hit that time. And so it's the San Antonio Spurs holding on to an 11-point cushion. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Wow, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. Taking a look at the Grizzlies. We've got Vince Williams. Clark is out there with Marvin Bagley. And there's Jackson and Stevens in at the shooting guard. After back-to-back 50-win season stand, last season was frustrating for the Memphis Grizzlies in almost every way.
Yeah, that's an understatement, Kevin. They went 27-55. Due to suspension and injuries, they only got 9 games from their star, Ja Morant. But they still have a lot of young talent and still a team that can be very competitive in the future.
Now here's Jackson. Jackson setting the pick here for Morant. Good on the three-point shot.
Obviously, Morant has found his flow here, finding plenty of ways to create for himself.
Knocks it loose. Bain with the steal. Morant outside. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
And a few more plays like that are all they need to make their comeback bid a real one.
The wide open look here for Fox. No good on the triple. And so it's Bain with it. He'll bring it up for the Grizzlies. Trailing here by 8. Here's Castle. Drops in the tray off the fast break. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stance for the Spurs?
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
And they've really been able to get out in transition and produce. The defense hasn't had an answer for this up-tempo pace.
That shot wide open. Morant's got 7 now in this quarter.
Playing from behind right here, not easy, but he is answering the bell.
Well, consistent scoring is a good foundation for a comeback. They can't be wasting possessions now.
Here's Castle. Good, and it's Fox who picks up the assist. And the Spurs lead by 12.
And the potential Castle has is intriguing. When he's scoring like this, you wonder how dominant he can be moving forward.
Now here's Morant. Yep, that one goes. And that's now 18 points for Ja Morant.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Here's Castle. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
And you can tell he's looking for his shot. He just believes in it.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
On the wing, Barnes. Three-pointer. Here's Wembanyama for 3. Grizzlies with the rebound. Jackson's got 4 rebounds now tonight to the inside. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Oh, how about using the rim to get some true hang time?
You know, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff. Here's Wembanyama for 3. Hits the three-point bomb. Wembanyama's got the lead up to 14 now for the Spurs. Jackson misses. San Antonio's gone 4-7 with the long ball here in the fourth quarter. And G.G. Jackson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
The kick out to Barnes. And a wide open look for Wembanyama. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Spurs.
And guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night by these guys. I think that was a big part of their success.
Yeah, they definitely ran the break well. A big advantage in that category, and they continually put pressure on the defense.
And that one's good, Barnes.
That one's going to be the final dagger, and these guys can now celebrate.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're going to let up, and I like that. Keep pouring it on.
Now, here's Fox. Fires from deep. Rebounded by Jackson. Outside Jackson. They set the pick. From deep. Here's Edey. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Here's San Antonio now. Pass to Castle. Wembanyama left side. The kick out to Fox. And the three off target. Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Wembanyama. And he's good on the three ball.
And you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
Yep, the crowd gets to go home feeling good about the win tonight. Their team looked impressive.
Ja Morant, 3.
From the corner. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they
court. The starters for the Golden State Warriors. Inside, it's Green next to Jackson Davis. Stephen Curry is out there with Moses Moody. And it's Butler in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Spurs, they've got Castle. He's out there with De'Aaron Fox. Barnes is out there with Victor Wembanyama. And it's Champagnie at the 4 slot. And when you look at the numbers for these teams, Brent, they both pile up assists.
Those are some of the better teams to play for and are the most dangerous in terms of setting up your scheme defensively. Coaching staffs have a really hard time trying to get their team ready against an opponent that moves the ball as often as both of these teams do tonight.
Now here's Fox. Fires the 3. Jackson Davis grabs a miss. Outside Moody. Jackson Davis is screen. Oh, that's offensive interference. Fox with the ball. Wembanyama, screen on Butler. Three-pointer, Fox hits a three-pointer.
This is how you begin a game. Set the tone right from the jump.
Take a nice deep breath. You score on that first possession. Gets the game started the right way.
Grant, when you talk about De'Aaron Fox, what an exciting player.
That he is, and just now entering the prime years of his career. We've seen him make great strides the last few years, and it's scary trying to think just how much he can still improve.
Wembanyama, no good.
You're not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
Here's Green. And a great assist by Butler as that one goes.
Just a great setup there. You can see how Jimmy Butler enjoys making plays.
Here's Wembanyama. It's rebounded by Golden State.
Hey, sometimes the best looks don't equate to points.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Coach Greg Popovich, and we spoke about how he plans to deal with the three-point king, Stephen Curry. He said the biggest challenge, honestly, it's not the shooting, it's the playmaking. Steph is an incredible passer, so you can't double-team him. He'll find the open man. As always, it's not easy facing Steph. Brian?
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. Pass to Wembanyama. Another miss by Wembanyama. Golden State with the ball. They've gone on an 8-0 run. Outside for Green. From the arc. Golden State with a rebound. Outside Butler. Here's Curry. He's guarded by Barnes. Shot clock at 3. Curry passes to Green. Fires in the triple. Green's got 8 points.
You know, this team spaces the floor so well, and Draymond Green, if he's selective, can be somebody who can operate at the three-point line.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, right now, I don't see any let-up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal to that.
He gets it in there.
Curry, not one of those guards who shrinks when he gets inside.
Here's Fox. And he banks in the layup. He's got 5.
The defensive effort was lacking a bit, but hey, give him credit for finding a weakness there.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Spurs trail by 7. You know, not too many teams have the stability at head coach as the Warriors have had.
I'm not sure there's ever been a more perfect fit for a team than Steve Kerr with the Golden State Warriors. It has been a magical run in the Bay Area, and you just look at the type of connectivity he has with his players, and again, how much joy these Warriors play with.
Wembanyama with it. Green picks him up. That one drops for him.
With how big and powerful Wembanyama is, showing how delicate he can be with that teardrop.
Curry, no good. The Spurs have gone 5 of 9 from the floor. Here's Wembanyama. It goes. He's made 3 shots in 6 attempts.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
And that's a foul called on Stephen Curry. That's foul number 2 for him.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Outside for Wembanyama. The basket's good off the assist from Fox. Wembanyama's got 10 points.
When Wembanyama goes up, he can be so quick. I mean, the rookie looking very assertive.
And it's Green off the drive. Green, a screen. And here's Curry for 3. And his 5th basket. Now 5 for 8. Looking comfortable out there.
On another level, Curry is totally ready to duel this one out from the three-point line.
Here's Fox. And it's blocked by Butler. And the ball is tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. Outside Moody. Pass to Curry. Lets it go from deep. Stephen Curry getting it done for the Warriors. His fingerprints were all over. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Warriors.
Well, they found a groove, and it's from distance, so knocking them down from the three-point land never hurts.
Well, not only that, but you love how unselfish they've been to start this game. That's going to get all the guys in a great flow and feeling good. So moving that ball around and scoring off assists, it's a nice way to play.
So on the floor for Golden State to kick off the second quarter. Kevon Looney is out there with Jonathan Kuminga. Then it's Buddy Hield. Then there's Gary Payton II. And it's Santos in at the small forward position. Now here's Hield. Here's Kuminga. Kuminga soars in for the slam. Man, he makes it look easy.
Yeah, even though Hield can pull up from anywhere, you love that he's always looking to find a shot for his teammate.
Here's Bassey. It's good. The assist that time from Paul. Bassey's got 5.
Now they're playing working to perfection there if that was their plan. And if it wasn't, maybe that should be their plan.
And after putting it down, he dangles from the rim a little.
Man, that's borderline taunting right there, Grant. They're playing with a certain swagger right now. Santos pulls it in.
Well, he wants that one over again, I guarantee that. Nobody's even in the neighborhood.
And it's Hield missing. And so it's Vassell who brings up the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. Trailing by 5. And Brett, you've always seen the flashes, but now it seems the game is slowed down for Kuminga.
Well, BA, a lot of fans clamoring for Kuminga to get minutes even earlier on, but the Warriors took a very slow approach to his development, and now you're starting to see some of that athleticism and strength and some of that patience paying off for Jonathan Kuminga.
The Warriors lead by 5. A chance here to catch up with Ali from the sideline.
Hey, Brian. Devin Vassell is progressing offensively. He said, I feel like the game has slowed down, just making the right reads. I know I can get to my spots. I just want to show that I'm an efficient scorer and a willing passer. I'm trying to be the best player that I can be.
Yeah, love that work ethic, Ali. Thanks.
Wow, Hield has a beautiful release on his shot right there, just barely off of his fingertips and buttery soft.
Now here's Vassell, still without a bucket. Let's go with a 3. San Antonio again can't hit. Golden State has gone 6 of 9 from three-point range. Here he goes, and slammed it home, and a foul. A chance at another point at the line. That's on Gary Payton II. Grant, compared to some of the flashier scorers, Devin Vassell has a more workmanlike approach.
Yeah, he can quietly drop a big game on you. He doesn't draw attention with stylish plays and big circus shots. He just grinds it out by finding his looks.
Left side, Johnson. The kick out to Paul. Offline with a 3. The Warriors lead by 5. Outside Payton. Quarter number 2 and around 3 minutes gone by. There's a screen, and here's Kuminga for 3. Vassell with the rebound. For San Antonio, they've gone 3 for 7 here in the second quarter. To the right side, here's Mamukelashvili. Gets the 3 ball to go.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on him.
Here's Heald, bearing his second of 3 attempts.
But he's showing more than just the fact that he's a shooter, working his way strength on the inside there.
Bassi. Vassell outside, jacks up a 3, and again, it's the Spurs from deep.
I think the defense has more concerns out there on the floor, and they give him a good open look from the perimeter.
Outside Payton. Back to Kuminga. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
You're not going to fool the officials too often on an illegal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
San Antonio trailing here. Pass to Bassi. Back to Paul. Up top, Vassell. Here's Mamukelashvili. Shot clock at 6. Paul, shot is off.
And even though he couldn't send the shot back at him, he certainly altered it.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game.
Pass to Santos. 3-pointer. The rebound by the Spurs. 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Paul. Here's Mamukelashvili. 19 seconds left to play in the first half of basketball. Here's Bassi. He's defended by Looney. Here's Mamukelashvili. Here's Bassi. And that one's good. A nice job on the glass as they picked up 2 on the second effort.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
Here's Santos. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Spurs out. All right, good stuff, Allie. And we'll get back to the action at the start of the third quarter.
Please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Man, it's been quite a game for Stephen Curry.
Through 2 quarters of play, he's been an excellent source of points.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
We've got Harrison Barnes. Castle is out there with De'Aaron Fox. Then there's Wembanyama. And it's Champagnie at power forward. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with. And that one's good. Grant, we're starting to see more players throwing alley-oops to themselves off the backboard. Did you ever do that?
In practice, maybe, but although I had some leaping ability early on, I never had the audacity to do it in the real game. Man, Wembanyama getting it done.
Woo! Curry with it, now guarded by Wembanyama. His first shot coming late, Jackson Davis, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Curry. Here in the second half, these teams still neck and neck.
I really like how each team is matching the other's intensity.
Wembanyama with a bucket.
Scouts love this from Wembanyama, a big who can hit smooth three-point shots.
Here's Curry, outside Butler. And with a little over a minute gone by, the second half is underway.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
Outside Wembanyama. Wow, that wiry strength of Wembanyama.
There were questions about Wembanyama's strength coming into the league. No problem with the contact here.
And here's Curry for 3. Rebounded by Castle.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Well, Brad, you talk to scouts about Stephon Castle. They just feel like this guy's a winner.
Well, certainly we saw that at Connecticut. Now, as a freshman, he was a key piece in their title run. He actually turned up his game in the tournament, and that's rare for any freshman.
And yep, it's good.
This is just not a surprise. Steph Curry is having a massive offensive game.
And here's Fox. Pass to Wembanyama. Outside Barnes. Sends it home from three-point land. Barnes has gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. Warriors trail by 5. Here's Curry. 17 points in the game. Outside for Green. Takes the three. Green able to hit from 3.
Well, Draymond Green must be feeling good because no hesitation in that one there, letting it rip.
Here's Wembanyama. Yes! And a nice assist from Fox. Fox has got 5 assists in the game. The 3 from Curry. And the Warriors with another 3.
Well, if you play that far off of Steph Curry, that pull-up game starts to become a weapon.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Pass to Castle. Back to Fox. Here's Castle. Kicks it out to Barnes. Out left to the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Now Wembanyama. Here's the 3. Can't hit that one. Curry looking it over. Butler's got space. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. And the Warriors lead by 1.
Well, when Butler's this focused, defenders, beware.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
A line change here for San Antonio. Paul shot is off. Golden State has gone 2 of 3 from outside so far in the third quarter. Pass to Payton. Kuminga against Paul. And Kuminga throws it down.
Gotta love the effort there. An undersized 4 who can really make things happen with that leaping ability.
Now here's Vassell. Paul, a screen on Hield. The kick out to Johnson. And miss after miss right now. The Warriors lead by 3. Seems like this offense is being executed the way it was designed.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach couldn't be happier with the results.
Now here's Kuminga. He has 6. And Payton, here we go. Can't cash it in from close range. The Spurs have gone 6 for 9 in the half. 3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Abukelishvili passes to Johnson. San Antonio again can't hit. And the Warriors pushing it up now. Payton up top. He's guarded by Vassell. Here's Kuminga. And Kuminga throws it down.
He put a little flair on that one.
Yes, he did. Man, he's a strong finisher, huh? Points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. The Warriors. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
The passing for the team becoming contagious, this time involving the big.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. On the floor for the Warriors, they've got Kuminga. Buddy Hield is out there with Gary Payton II. Then there's Kevon Looney. And it's Santos in at the small forward position.
Chris Paul adept at finding space down low, and that time found a way to get it done.
The Warriors lead by 5. Looney, a screen on Johnson. Here's Santos. Gets the 3 to fall.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
And a new group getting ready for the Warriors. Jackson Davis is checked in for Looney. Draymond Green comes in for Santos. Butler's checked in for Payton. And it's Stephen Curry in for Hield. And he got the whistle on the way. And they want a second opinion on that call. The signal for the coach's challenge.
Still disputed, even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Steve Kerr had to say to the team. Well, Coach is thrilled with their three-point shooting, saying in the huddle, guys, let's keep it up. Continue to shoot it from deep. It's working. They've been on fire from distance so far.
Okay, thank you, Allie.
It's definitely part of the game that Fox wants to work on. These haven't been easy for him in the past.
The Warriors lead by 6. The three from Curry. Barnes with the rebound. And the Spurs shooting 54% from the field so far in this one. Wembanyama pass to Fox. The Warriors pull it in. Butler's got 4 rebounds now. Outside Curry. Puts up a deep 3. Rebound San Antonio.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
Here's Wembanyama. No, stopping him there. Jams it in, and he's fouled. An opportunity at a three-point play. Trace Jackson Davis picks one up. All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for the Warriors?
Their hot shooting from long distance has been the key. Spacing the floor and rising up with that confidence.
Well, they've also put an emphasis on driving inside in this game. The defense hasn't been able to stop them from finding those gaps.
Smart play call to get him something at the rim.
While taking advantage of that opportunity, it does not get any more high percentage than that one.
Yeah, you know, he usually makes you pay from that range.
Wembanyama, effortless inside.
All too easy for Wembanyama. He feels like no one can defend him inside.
Here's Butler. The kick out, Curry. Launches a 3. Nails it from 3. Curry's got 10 points here in the second half.
And their strategy is obvious. Manufacture looks from outside the arc.
And I don't know how they keep doing this, but every time down, the resulting possession ends up at the three-point line and a fairly efficient shot attempt at that.
And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Fox.
Almost had the steal. You have to love the pressure defense.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
Now here's Wembanyama. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
No fear in this young man. We're already getting a sense of Wembanyama's killer instinct.
Pass to Jackson Davis. Jackson Davis, a screen to the paint. Stolen by Wembanyama. And the ball out of play. The Warriors will have it.
Man, the score being this close, you have to retain possession of the ball. You just can't give it away like that.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Left side Curry. The floater. Oh, Curry with the touch.
Those floaters, boy, they really demoralize the defense. Here's the thing. Steph knows it.
Wembanyama scanning the floor. Pass to Champagny. Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. And it's Green missing. Well, the Spurs shooting the rock at 58%. Here's Wembanyama. It falls! And he's brought them within 2 points now.
Now that's one to remember. What an impact on the game.
I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game? What worked from Steph Curry gets open and makes it look easy. Wow.
Here's Wembanyama. It's tipped. Right side, Butler. Jimmy Butler, a vicious finish.
Of all the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Oh, that was nasty. A two-hand mega slam.
Man, I don't think anyone was going to stop him there. Here's Curry. San Antonio getting their last shot to go.
And not a moment to lose on this possession.
Time is not on their side right now. They're aware.
Here's Wembanyama. And it's in. And he's brought them within 2 points now.
Just getting more and more court awareness and where guys are at all times is De'Aaron Fox.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances.
Warrior substitution. Number 21. Quentin Post.
Outside Curry. Green for three. And count it. And so the Warriors take the win. All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that about wraps it up.
run their offense in the half court.
Yeah, both sides are methodical. They want to get into their sets and create quality looks and also have floor balance. I'd be surprised if we see a ton of fast break opportunities tonight.
Now Golden State's starting 5. We've got Jonathan Kuminga. Stephen Curry's out there with Moody. Then it's Trace Jackson-Davis. And it's Butler in at the 3.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Here's Edey. Right side Bane. They set the pick. Stevens, the pass to Morant. Just 5 to shoot. R.J. Morant has always had unquestionable talent. Now it's a question of, can he focus on his game?
And you hope he had his wake-up call. Still one of the most exciting players in the game. His burst and bounce, one of a kind. Now he's perfectly comfortable doing work at the line.
Curry against Bane. Takes a 3. Hands it from downtown.
Just an unselfish play from Curry, always ready to move the ball and his body to help an open shooter.
Morant kicks to Bane. Jackson has the open look. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
And sometimes on defense, you could just get lucky.
Here's Kuminga. Pass to Curry. And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Fires the 3. Another 3 for Golden State.
Honestly, guys, Curry is the best three-point shooter I've ever seen.
Morant passes to Bane. Memphis moving it around. There's a good screen. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. The Warriors have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And the rejection by Jackson. Curry deciding where to go with it. Kuminga, screen on Morant. To the paint. Morant with the steal. Pass to Stevens. Payton for 3. Buries it from three-point range.
There was a time you could get yelled at for taking a 3 like that, but now it's a great decision, and it paid off.
Shots good by Butler.
Strong move by Butler, making sure that was a quality possession.
Grizzlies have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. There's the screen. Back to Morant. Jackson kicks to Morant. Here's the 3. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Morant's got 5 points so far. Here's Curry. Plays it up and banks it in.
Not just a jump shooter. Curry is so creative at figuring out little ways to score inside.
Here's Morant. The Warriors pull it in. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Taylor Jenkins and I shared a few minutes together. We talked about the respect he has for Jimmy Butler and everything that Jimmy Buckets brings to the table. He told me Butler's special. He impacts the game with the ball, without the ball, and with his defense. But he said as much of a challenge as Butler presents, they'll be ready. Guys?
Thanks so much, David.
When Curry gets a look that's good, he is automatic. There is almost no stopping him.
Here's Stevens, guarded by Curry. Stevens can't get it to go. Here's the Warriors with the ball. They're on a 15-6 run. Curry's shot is off.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Trace Jackson-Davis. That's his first foul.
13 foul.
And here are the Grizzlies now. 7-point differential. Morant sets a screen for Bane. Morant outside. And there's Bane. That's good on the assist by Morant. Bane's got his second bucket of the game to go. Outside Curry. From deep three-point land, an absolute bomb from three-point range. 11 points in the game.
I mean, the range is just unreal. Curry can make even the toughest shots look easy.
And stolen by Butler. There's 37 seconds left in the first. In the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest. Rob. And here we go. Fast break. Kuminga's got it. And there's the whistle, called a clear path foul there. Yep. And he'll shoot 2 at the line. This is his first free throw of the game. Moody hits them both. .27 seconds left to play in the first quarter. The Grizzlies trail by 12. Now here's Morant for 3. Warriors with the rebound. Jackson Davis has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Kuminga with a wide open look. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Over to the wing to end the run. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Golden State Warriors up by a dozen here at the end of... And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Warriors.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
And the other thing I've been impressed with, guys, is their assertiveness at attacking the paint, trying to hunt for those high percentage looks.
So with Curry sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. The post pair for him. It's Green and Looney. Payton is out there with Buddy Hield, and it's Santos in at the small forward. Williams gets the bucket.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Warriors leading by 10. Hield with it. Guarded now by Clark. Pass to Santos. Off target with his 3. And here we go. The Grizzlies on a fast break. Clark inside. Working on Green. Here's Kennard. On the wing, Jackson. 6 to shoot. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Hield with the bucket. And Greg, you talk about toughness, the compete factor. How does a team create that culture?
Call it critical mass. When you have the entire organization and enough players committed to that kind of effort, everyone has to meet that level.
Jackson kicks to Wells. There's the lob to Jackson, and the ball out of play. The Warriors will inbound. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, last season, Draymond Green got his three-pointer going again. He said, over the years, my shot took a dive. It was in large part because I couldn't get in and out of my hips. They were messed up. It was getting my movement patterns right. Kevin, my hips haven't been the same in years, but Draymond's are good. Now they've made him tough to deal with. Back to you.
Your hips are pretty good, David. I've always said your hip. Door spacing, always critical. Good point, D.A.
Nice timing on the pass from Green, finding the open guy with ease.
Richard, when it comes to Draymond Green, we know about his defense, but what does he give you offensively?
I think it starts with his passing. Not many big men can do what he does the way he does it. And especially effective when he's hitting the 3-ball, stretching the floor, allowing for more space for his shooters.
Now here's Jackson. Drills the three-pointer. Jackson's got 5 points in the quarter.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
Hield the pass to Payton. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. And the Warriors lead by 15.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Warriors have gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. And Payton throws it down hard.
Look at Hield's unselfish approach. He's working to find everyone to look, not just himself.
Kennard kicks to Wells. Oh, good with the triple. On offense, here are the Warriors. They're on a 12-3 run right now. Green, the pass to Looney. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Shot by Hield, nobody around. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Hield's got 8 points.
You got to expect this from a high-volume shooter with range like Hield. He loves to let threes fly from everywhere.
The shot's good from Kennard.
How about dueling from long range, just going at each other?
Take that, he says. I see your three, and I'll raise you another three.
Now, here's Green. Still scoreless. 1:07 left to play here in the second quarter. It's stolen by Green. They kick out to Hield. Golden State moving it around. A three ball. It's Clark with the rebound.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Now, here's Kennard. He's guarded closely. Here's Wells. Tipped away. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Clark. We've got 28 seconds left in the first half of basketball. The Warriors have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. First one falls for him.
Guys like Buddy Hield, knockdown shooters, they are in high demand around the league.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. 24 seconds left in the first half. Left side, Williams. And again, Memphis no good. Payton surveying the floor. They kick out to Hield. Takes a three. Buries the long-range jumper. He's got 13. Buddy Hield has been leading the charge for the Warriors. He put together quite a... Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Really an incredible game from Buddy Hield.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on him from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
If I'm his teammate, I keep feeding the hot hand, especially since he's been on fire from deep also.
Morant is the point with Bain out on the wing. Edey out there with Jackson, and it's Stevens in at the 3 slot. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. The greatest shooter ever, Steph Curry. You played with him. What was it like seeing him day in and day out?
I had the pleasure of playing with Steph the first year he broke the NBA record for threes in a season. And when I tell you he was just scratching the surface, he was always looking to push the boundaries, to see what he can do, and to work at every aspect of his shooting.
Curry with it. He's picked up by Morant. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
On the offensive end, Curry both prolific and efficient.
And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That'll be his second foul of the game. Warriors on D. Here's Edey. No scoring in this one. Launches it. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Here's Curry. That ball is good for another field goal. His 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
How do you stop Curry? Well, in a short answer, you can't.
Morant kicks to Bain. Pass to Jackson. Beyond the arc. Another shot. Edie. Nice work on the boards. Paying off with the basket.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Yeah, you think you got to stop, and it's wasted because of sloppy work in the glass. You literally practice that every day.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Bain looking around. Out to Morant. Butler with the steal. And here we go. It's Butler. And Kuminga throws it down.
Oh, reversed it home. That was pretty.
Agreed. The agility on display. Offensive rebound. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The Grizzlies shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
At the line for 2.
So we can't get either to fall. The Warriors have gone 4 for 4 from the field since the halftime break. Terrific start to the 3rd quarter. Here's Curry, and it's Golden State with another.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
Oh, yeah, I can't agree more. They haven't missed.
Morant outside. They get it back. Edie, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
And that's his MO. Be physical, get in position for the putback, and throw it down. The defense got to know that's what he's looking to do.
Kuminga, screen on Morant. Here's Curry. It's tipped. Morant with it. He's got 11. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, we are seeing a new generation taking over the NBA. Commissioner Adam Silver says stars can be created much quicker these days. Sports is a meritocracy, and talent gets rewarded. With a social media community in the billions for basketball and a global market for talent, new and different stars end up emerging. Kevin?
Which is always good for the game. Great to see. And David, a great report again from you. Thank you. So Memphis ends up going with the new group.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Good. Nice job down low. Curry's got 26 points.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
And I don't care how far from the bucket he is. You've got to have a man on him. He's just too good from deep.
So far, he's hit all of his shots at the foul line, going 4 for 4.
And you know with Curry, what impresses me most is his efficiency. That's not something we normally see in a high-volume jump shoot.
And an intentional foul right there.
First personal foul. 3rd team foul.
1:07 left in the 3rd. Kennard for 3. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Looney's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Timeout called the Warriors. The Warriors making a switch here. Heald's checked in. The Warriors have gotten 6 of their 7 shots to go down in this quarter. What a fantastic start to the half. With the drive.
Coming in hot, Buddy Hield makes a big play to the hoop, and it pays off big time.
There's Jackson with the 3. Drops in the tray. Jackson's got 8 points. The Warriors have gotten nearly everything to drop this quarter. They're 7 of 8 from the floor since halftime. Pass to Santos. Over Kennard. Santos, no good. Grizzlies shooting around 40% from the floor here. It's stolen. They push it up 4 on 3. Here's Green, and it's Green with the jam.
With how much Draymond moves on the offensive end, Green gets a lot of dunk opportunities.
And Clark slams it in.
And although he's undersized at his position, his vertical, yeah, that'll clean up a few mistakes.
Pass to Santos. There's the pick, the tray. The shot comes out. Jackson from long range. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Warriors shooting has been just outrageous, 64% from the field to this point. So with Curry sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. The post pair for him. It's Green and Looney. Buddy Hield is out there with Payton, and it's Santos in at the 3, the small forward.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And all of a sudden, that man was just on the other end. Wow.
Santos, no good. Memphis with the ball. Jackson from long range. The rebound by Hield. Payton with the ball. Guarded now by Jackson. And the dunk by Payton.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Kennard, the pass to Wells. Lets it go from deep. And it's Looney with the rebound. Looney's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Payton dishes to Hield. Back to Payton. From the arc. Sinks the triple. Payton's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Uh-oh, well, we all know what can happen when this fella gets hot. And this guy, well, let's just say he's hot. And he might have thrown himself off when he saw how much space he had from 3.
Here's Hield. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
Oh, yeah, they're doing a terrific job not giving this hostile crowd anything to cheer about.
Now, flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
So Memphis ends up going with the new group. They get the rebound outside Curry. This one for 3. Pass to Jackson Davis. Outside Curry. Shot clock at 5. Fires the 3. He's off on that one. Memphis has gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. Jackson against Kuminga. Jackson setting the pick here for Bain. Off target from 3-point range.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
And a deep 3 from Curry. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Curry's got 31.
Oh, nice pass by Butler. He can be tricky to defend because he can take the shot or give it up just.
Oh, my goodness. What a play.
Oh, my.
Oh, wow. Okay, Ja turning it loose. Someone throw that man some water.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
They've been hitting consistently from mid-range all game. It's been a big part of their offensive production in this one.
And the other thing that stands out is just how well they have moved the ball. Everyone's touching it and having a chance to create.
Morant passes to Jackson. Good, and a nice assist from Morant.
Just muscling it home from there. Jackson is no stranger to having to work over strong defense.
Here's Curry. Outside Kuminga. Butler on the wing. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
No, it's just ridiculous. He is just an absolute surgeon when he has the ball. This man is surgical. There is no way to slow him down when he wants to score.
The 3 from Morant. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Butler goes in. Outside Curry. From deep. Stephens pulls it in. The Grizzlies have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the 4th. 4 of 9.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Warriors.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Stephen Curry.
And he was getting buckets all night long, giving the defense that work.
Good on the shot.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
And it felt like they just flipped the switch to go on that run and seal the game, saving their best basketball for the end. Always smart.
You know, didn't need two hands for that slam. One will do just fine.
You're right. He can save the other hand for the next time. And Kuminga throws it down.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
All road wins. They're just so sweet. They're just so sweet. You know why? Because they are so hard to come by.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Moody. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Back to Jackson Davis. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
He finds a shooter in motion and is confident he can thread him with the lead pass. Well done.
Curry on the wing. Outside, Kuminga. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up.
teams, wins have been tough to come by lately.
No doubt. That creates a little bit of added pressure, too. So the last thing a struggling team wants to do is lose to an opponent in the same situation.
Here's the starting group for the San Antonio Spurs. We've got Barnes. Castle is out there with De'Aaron Fox. Then it's Victor Wembanyama. And it's Mamukelashvili in at the power forward position. Shot clock at 5. They set the screen. Memphis needs to get off a shot. They get it back. Over to the wing. Here's Wells. And he drives in. Ooh, powered down with both hands.
Powerful. He saw an opening and turned it into a highlight reel.
Man, just sent it down with some force.
I mean, the defense basically gave that one to him.
Here's Castle. Fox with a screen on Moran. Pass to Wembanyama. The rebound by Edey.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
I love the strength shown by Jackson there, refusing to let the defense have the last word.
And how about Jaren Jackson Jr., another second-generation player that we have here in the NBA?
Yeah, Brian, and his dad was a winner at every level. He was a high school champion, had the #1 team in college, and of course was part of a championship team with the Spurs.
And you know, his team wants Jackson Jr. to keep taking these threes, knowing it'll help open up this offense even more.
Fox outside. Fires from deep. Cleared away by Wells. Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Rebounded by Castle.
Wow, he doesn't miss many of those. He's such a strong finisher and tight.
Here's Wembanyama. It's good.
There were questions about Wembanyama's strength coming into the league. No problem with the contact here.
And the foul called on Victor Wembanyama. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Bain against Fox. Inside. Here's Wells. Jackson outside. 6 on the shot clock. For 3. Rebounded by Castle.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Fox for 3. Sinks it from distance. And it's all knotted up.
The quickness of Fox is something else. He pulls up on the spot, and the defense just can't stay with him.
And here's Moran outside. It's hauled in by Wembanyama.
Well, that's a shot the defense felt like they could live with, and it worked out for him that time.
Mamukelashvili, a chance there to take the lead, but a miss. The Grizzlies have gone just 3 for 7 here at the start. Jackson with a screen on Barnes. Morant, the pass to Wells. And another miss by Memphis. Morant against Wembanyama. There's the drive. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
Oh, ferocious on the attack. Once Wembanyama gets into the lane, the defense is done.
And the foul called on Victor Wembanyama. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Second team foul.
1:39 left to play in the first quarter. And here's Morant outside. Drops in the 3.
Yeah, Morant showing a bit of confidence knocking down that 3.
And one thing you can say about the Memphis Grizzlies, they are disruptive defensively, Stan.
Yeah, Brian, they've been in the top 5 in the league in steals, blocks, turnovers forced over the last few years. And let's face it, they're aggressive offensively as well. This team attacks at both ends of the court.
Now here's Jackson. He's got 5. Launches it. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
And that'll be San Antonio's ball as it goes out of bounds. Spurs able to keep the possession. San Antonio with the ball. They trail by 1. And here's Morant. Kicks it out to Jackson from behind the arc. That shot off. San Antonio's gone 2 for 4 from range to start things off. And the basket by Castle.
Wow, you don't see tons of those from Castle.
Out to the right wing. Here's Wells. Oh, rejected by Wembanyama. It's an even 3-on-3 break. Here's Mamukelashvili. That one goes. Count it.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
Oh, it's blocked by Wembanyama.
With his length and energy, Wembanyama has the ability to be a game-changing defender.
Can they get it? Jackson can't get it to go. Three-pointer, Fox. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's Victor Wembanyama. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. What do you guys think about San Antonio here in this one?
I'll tell you what, throughout the first, they did a great job of just running their offense.
Yeah, and I love to see this kind of communication between teammates. Great player movement, great ball movement.
They've got Williams. Marvin Bagley is out there with Brandon Clark. Then it's Jackson, and it's Stevens in at the 2. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. And it's Paul with the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. They lead by 6. That's their biggest margin. Pass to Bassie. The kick out to Paul. Fires for 3. Buries it from 3. Paul's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And Paul loves these corner shots. Terrific at finding space to get his shot off.
And again, it's Memphis missing. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Well, he can play the 4 because he gets off the ground so well.
Stan, when you talk to others about Keldon Johnson, one of the things you hear is that he's a natural leader.
Yeah, Brian, look. The intangibles with him are off the charts. This is a guy that got on the United States national team because of the kind of person and player he is. He leads by example every day.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allen.
Oh! Wow!
For Vassell to really make an impact, that's what he has to do. Initiate the offense.
Williams from long range. And again, it's Memphis missing. Spurs lead by 13. Pass to Johnson. From deep. Memphis with a rebound. And the Grizzlies pushing it up now to end the run. And Williams gets the bucket on the assist by Jackson. San Antonio has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Here's Johnson, the kick out to Paul. Back to Johnson. Outside Paul, tipped. And so the ball out of bounds. Bagley touched it last.
Almost had the steal. You have to love the pressure defense.
Yeah, deflections are a stat that a lot of teams track, disrupting the offense's rhythm and flow.
Vassell can't get it to go. Grizzlies trail by 10. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Out of bounds as Memphis keeps possession. Jackson, the pass to Bagley. Clark right side. The 3 is up. Bassie pulls it in. San Antonio leading by 10. Here's Paul. Pass to Champagny. Back to Paul. Oh, Williams with the block. And the Grizzlies pushing it up now. Oh, Clark with the slam.
Now, B.A., you know they would love for him to get more of those opportunities.
Well, that would cut into the deficit quickly if he does. For Memphis, they've gotten only 2 of 8 field goals to go in the second. Bagley is screen on Paul. Williams from long range knocks it down from distance. And now just a 5-point San Antonio lead. For San Antonio, they've gotten 5 of 8 attempts to drop since the second began. Paul passes to Vassell. Paul against Williams. Paul can't get it to go. And here's Memphis. They've gone on an 8-0 run. All right, Stan, what's your take on this very youthful San Antonio Spurs roster?
Well, Brian, they've got the guy to build around. They're very exciting to watch. They've been gaining momentum. They're coming together as a unit, as a roster. And look, this team's got a chance to be very good together.
All he needed was a little separation. So effective.
Boy, cleared the path, put him in position for a prime-time dunk.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
From deep, Johnson. Offensive rebound. Bassey poked loose and stolen by Jackson. And up the court come the Grizzlies on the break. The dive for the ball. Pass to Williams. The three. And he stays with it. 46 seconds left in the first half of this one. Beyond the arc. Nice shot by Stevens. Stevens has got 5 points in the quarter.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
The offensive rebound. That's tipped. The drive by Paul. Just 5 on the clock from outside the arc. No good there. Good D by Clark. Memphis has gone 3 for 7 from the perimeter during the second quarter. Jackson, the pass to Williams. The three ball. Rebounded by the Spurs. Bassey's got his 6th rebound on the night. Johnson on the wing to the middle. Here's Champagnie. Banked it in off the glass. Champagnie's gotten his 2nd bucket.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside.
Replay monitor. And hold up. We're not going to halftime just yet. The officials signaling that they are going to take a look at this replay.
And the video is going to be sent to the officials from the...
Thanks very much, Allie. And folks, we'll be right back to start the second half of this game. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. You know, Victor Wembanyama has been exceptional here, guys.
When he got good position and they got the ball to him, he was automatic.
Reminds me of the good old days. Feed it to the big and let him work.
And so in the game for the Spurs, De'Aaron Fox is out there with Castle. Then there's Wembanyama. Then there's Barnes. And it's Mamukelashvili in at the 4-man position. It's good on the putback.
Just great positioning to get the rebound, then get it back up.
Out of bounds, it'll go to the Grizzlies.
And the misconnection there. Fans guarding their beverages. That's a pass he'd like back for sure.
Morant finds Bain. Jackson with a screen on Fox. Bain surveying the D. Jackson outside for the lead. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. Rim protection and shooting, so important. Jaren Jackson Jr. has both of those skills, Stan.
Yeah, and look, Brian, it's rare to find guys who can do both of those things. Shot blocker at the rim and stretch the defense at the other end. Guys like that are hard to come by.
He's been a defensive player of the year. Maybe we'll see him in the three-point contest one day. The shot with nobody on him. He buries that jumper. Jackson's got 11 points.
And that's part of what makes Jackson Jr. so dangerous. He's great inside, but can also shoot from the perimeter.
San Antonio again can't hit. Memphis leading by 3. Pass to Wells. And stolen away. Fast break. Here we go. Here's Mamukelashvili. Connects from downtown. He's got 5.
You got to be impressed with Fox's court awareness. He has a feel for when one of his guys is uncovered.
Wembanyama from deep three-point land. And it's Bain with the rebound. The Grizzlies have got 2 of 3 from the floor in this third quarter. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, Brian. Well, De'Aaron Fox, the inaugural 2023 Clutch Player of the Year, he said, quote, "You can't be afraid to fail. Obviously, you're not going to make every shot, but my team puts me in position to succeed, so the least I can do is have confidence in myself to take good shots." Brian?
Allie, thanks. You know, he's become a star. And it's Bane with the ball for the Memphis Grizzlies. 3-point lead. The 3 from Wembanyama. Oh, Wembanyama hitting from deep.
When Wembanyama goes up, he can be so quick. I mean, the rookie looking very assertive.
Jackson can't get it to go.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Stan, one of the most impressive streaks in sports history. The San Antonio Spurs, one of the smallest markets in the NBA, making 22 consecutive playoffs.
Yeah, and Brian, there's nothing that I respect more than consistent success year after year. I think it's harder than having that one great year. What San Antonio did in those years is incredible.
And they had a great sideline reporter out here, too.
Good-looking guy.
Pass to Edey. Fires the 3. Yes! And a nice assist from Jackson. Edey's got himself on the board with a 3 there.
I'm not sure why they aren't going to him more. He's scoring the ball so well.
Here's Fox. Wembanyama's got space. And there's another one for the Spurs.
Man, Wembanyama getting it done. Woo!
Here's Morant. Morant drawing the double team. Jackson for 3. They grab their own miss. There's the triple. San Antonio with a rebound. Wembanyama's got 6 rebounds in the game. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It's on Desmond Bane.
It's such a difficult frame to guard. Wembanyama draws the foul easily.
A line change here for Memphis. Recently, player health has been the big talking point around the Memphis Grizzlies stand.
Yeah, B.A., look, and it's really a shame to have such a talented, dynamic team have to deal with all those constant what-ifs and have their seasons so affected by things outside of their control. It's tough.
Massey, he's checked in for San Antonio. Here's Jackson. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
Paul for 3. He drops it from range. Paul's got 6.
Quick thinking pays off for Paul. The defense just wasn't ready for a swift pull-up J.
Bagley for 3. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
And now that's a momentum builder for sure. So important in a close game.
Look at his teammates here. They love it. Plays like that gonna get them going.
Yeah, some guys shrink in big moments, and some rise to the occasion.
Vassell passes to Paul. 5 on the clock. Uses the glass on the layup. Give him 8 points now.
Yeah, and despite his relative lack of size, CP very crafty finishing inside.
Here's Stevens. Vassell with the rebound. Outside Paul. Over Clark. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. Shots continue. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
Well, his height gives him the ability to see the floor, and he makes a quick decision and a great pass.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the 4th in what is still anybody's ball game. Brandon Clark out there with Marvin Bagley. Then it's Williams, then it's Jackson, and it's Stevens in at the shooting guard. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Massey, good.
Well, his rebounding is such a boost for this team, especially when it comes on the offensive end.
With the drive, Bagley passes to Stevens. Jackson outside. 3-pointer. Pure from three-point range.
That's a clutch shot by a big-time shooter. And where's the D?
And there's a pick. Vassell passes to Paul. Here's Champagny. Clark covers. Outside Johnson. The kick out to Paul. Lets the three fly. And it's Bagley with a rebound. Bagley's got his 4th rebound in this one. Stevens, the pass to Bagley to take the lead. And another three from Memphis. Tremendous momentum building toward those final possessions.
Yeah, with 8 lead changes so far, it feels like this is going to come down to the last shot. Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Outside Bagley. This one for 3. Bassey pulls it in. Bassey's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
So San Antonio ends up going with a new group. On target from range.
Scouts love this from Wembanyama. A big who can hit smooth three-point shots.
Castle for 3. The rebound by Jackson. Grizzlies trail by 4. Here's Edey. Yes, and a nice assist from Jackson.
With a tough road ahead, they worked hard to get a good shot.
Pass to Castle. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Morant.
Spurs ball.
Here's Wembanyama. Wow, Victor takes it to him inside.
All too easy for Wembanyama. He feels like no one can defend him inside.
Kicks it out to Jackson. Here's Bane. Who poked away. Fox with the ball. Jackson in his pocket. And it's Fox with the jam.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
Here's Morant. Circus shot, John Morant.
Can you say prime time player Morant? He enjoys delivering for his team in these parts of the game.
And here's Jackson. He'll bring it up for the Grizzlies. Takes a 3. It's kept alive.
And using his length, getting in close to stuff it down. That's just too easy.
Outside Wembanyama. Wow, that wiry strength of Wembanyama.
No fear in this young man. We're already getting a sense of Wembanyama's killer instinct.
Barnes against Jackson. Back to Jackson. Pass to Edey. Rebound by San Antonio. 1:19 left in the 4th quarter. Call will be against Jaren Jackson. That's his first foul. 1:19 left in the final quarter. Wembanyama screen. And it's Fox missing. Grizzlies trail by 4. Jackson outside. Now Morant. There's the 3. He's off on that one.
They need buckets to stay in this game. That's not the shot they're looking for.
And he lobs it. Oh, Wembanyama on the receiving end.
I mean, it seems like you could throw it up to Wembanyama on every offensive possession, and he'll slam it home. Yeah, what composure from Jackson Jr., not allowing the pressure of the moment to get to him.
Fox, the pass to Mamukelashvili. Here's Wembanyama. Wembanyama hammers it down.
Oh, man, the defender bites on the up fake, giving him a clear line to the basket.
Hey, when it works, that move is just too pretty.
really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead with time dwindling.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Fox, the pass to Mamukelashvili. Yes! And a nice assist from Fox. And the Spurs lead by 8.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Fox outside. 4-3. Nails it from beyond the arc.
3.
So we see the Spurs taking the W here. Boy, a nice win on the road by the time.
And it's the Warriors to start out. A look at the San Antonio Spurs opening lineup. Castle is out there with Fox. Then it's Victor Wembanyama. Then there's Harrison Barnes. And it's Champagnie in at the 4. Butler passes to Curry. Butler sets a screen for Curry. Shot clock at 3. Fox against Green. Inside. Wembanyama outside. And he drives in. And Wembanyama throws it down.
And a big man who moves like a guard. Wembanyama is an absolute terror when he slices inside.
Here's Moody. And the 3-ball is good.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
And the Spurs with possession after the Warriors pick up 3. Butler feeling out a bit. Green with a screen for Curry. Hit the floater, and the basket is good.
Those floaters, boy, they really demoralize the defense. Here's the thing. Steph knows it.
You know, Greg, with the combination of Wembanyama and Coach Greg Popovich, the Spurs should be a great defensive team.
Yeah, it's hard with a young roster because all 5 guys have to work in unison, and often someone's going to make a mistake.
Wembanyama outside, driving in, banked in off the glass.
And few defenders to ever play in this league have the ability to slow Wembanyama inside.
Curry kicks to Butler. To the middle. Fox with the steal. And they're moving it up. Here's Wembanyama. And the call on the shot sends him to the line. And it goes on Draymond Green.
Maybe the most hyped teenager since LeBron James. Wembanyama is the poster child for upside.
Well, some have argued that Wembanyama deserved Defensive Player of the Year consideration in his rookie year.
And, Kevin, I can see where they're coming from. His team went from a bottom 5 defense to a top 5 defense when he was on the floor. His impact is amazing.
Hits it from 3-point range. Wembanyama's got 9.
How about the range? Wembanyama has that rare ability at the center spot.
And the wide open shot from Green. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the 3-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, a couple of seasons ago, Steph Curry first brought out the night-night when he put a team away. Asked about his inspiration, he said, "I have no idea. I don't choreograph any of that stuff. I was just having fun. You know how kids' bedtime routines are important? It's the final signal for job well done that day. Kevin?
Well said. He is a 1 of 1, D.A. Moody's shot is off.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Here's Castle. At 3 off the mark. Warriors trail by 3. Curry on the wing. Guarded by Fox. Fox against Curry. Over in the corner, Green. Trains it from beyond the arc. Green's got a couple of threes now in the first of the Warriors.
Draymond Green imposing his will and now making threes. This spells trouble with a capital T.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't leave much debate there.
The Spurs shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
A great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
Now here's Curry. Pass to Butler. Here's the 3. Kept alive. Green kicks to Curry. A miss that time. Would have put him up. The Spurs have gone 50% from the field to this point. 4 of 8. And there's Wembanyama on the assist by Fox.
And this is what you want to see. Wembanyama attacking with authority inside.
Curry passes to Green. Butler against Fox. Shots good by Butler.
Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do, and right at the top is guard that guy.
Wembanyama, that's for 2. A rare miss for him.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
And so it's... And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
They have started this game looking to push the tempo, and it's working for them. Great job of scoring in transition.
Well, they've really attacked off of the turnovers, so leaking out and capitalizing on fast break stuff.
So with Butler sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. They've got Gary Payton II, Jonathan Kuminga out there with Kevon Looney. Then it's Hield. And it's Santos in at the 3 slot. Kuminga with a wide open look. A 3-pointer is right on target. Kuminga's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And so it's Paul bringing it up for the San Antonio Spurs. Vassell against Hield. Johnson, that's for 2. And it's Looney with the rebound. Golden State's gotten fewer than half of their 3-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Payton against Paul. They kick out to Hield. Another 3 for Golden State. And Frank, you hear some players now having their shooting motion analyzed with optical recognition. More data for the shot doctors.
Well, Kevin, information is one thing, but disseminating that information and being able to communicate that to a player is really where the rubber meets the road. How are you going to help him grow with that kind of analysis?
First team foul.
Here's Santos, who's guarded by Johnson. Payton outside. To answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. San Antonio's gotten both of their 3-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Paul, a screen on Kuminga. The offensive rebound, Bassi, and terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
Well, he seems to be in the right place at the right time more often than anybody that's on the court here tonight. We see that pay off.
There's Kuminga. San Antonio with the rebound. Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. The teardrop falls in. Now it's a 6-point Spurs lead.
It's just a master class when Chris Paul has the ball. Great at orchestrating the offense and right there finding his teammate.
Kuminga, no good.
He creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor.
And right now, they're just focused on putting together good possession.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and the game is fully in their control.
Payton against Paul. Bassi, the pass to Kelishvili. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Kelishvili has got the lead up to 11 now for San Antonio. Pass to Santos. Here's Looney. Payton outside. Clock at 6. And here is Hield. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Kuminga, no good.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Well, the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
Yeah, just really pouring it on right now, trying to take away the opposition's motivation to keep competing in this one.
All right, Frank, quickly. First thing that comes to your mind when you think of Jonathan Kuminga.
Physicality, Kevin. I mean, this guy is so dominant athletically that Jonathan Kuminga is a presence out on the floor. He continues to put himself in the situations where he can put his body on guys and play fearlessly. His game is going to continue to grow.
It's deflected. They get it back. Here's Santos. Covered by Vassell. That one good for 2. Kuminga's got it back down to single digits for the Warriors.
All the way to the bucket. No resistance. Just swipe the candy from him.
And he's able to get it back. Pass to Kelishvili. And the ball out of play. The Warriors will inbound. Golden State's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. Here's Hield. No good on that one. Good work defensively by Paul. And it's Vassell in the corner. The 3 from Johnson. Kelishvili passes to Paul. Pass to Bassi. It's Vassell on the wing. Defended by Payton.
Not getting old here. Seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
Warriors trail by 10. Kuminga, screen on Paul. Hield dishes to Kuminga. Driving inside. Right wing. Here's Santos. What a play. Simply trains it in at the buzzer.
Resourceful move there, ending the period.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
And get ready for the fan half-court shot from live. They're measuring up the shot.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. We're seeing a tremendous game from Victor Wembanyama.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Yeah, we'll see if the double teams start to come here in the second half to make them adjust offensively. But he's going to keep going at it.
On the floor for San Antonio, they've got Harrison Barnes. Fox is out there with Castle. Then there's Wembanyama. And it's Champagnie in at the 4 slot. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. The Warriors have found something with Draymond Green and Trace Jackson-Davis inside. Green says, with the rim protected by Trace, I can just play off instinct and read the game. Jackson-Davis says, Being able to interchange with him is great. The things he teaches me has helped my game a lot. Kevin?
I love to hear those stories. Thanks, David. Greg, since reaching 5 consecutive NBA Finals, the Warriors have missed the playoffs 3 of the past 5 years.
And to be fair, they did go 46-36 last season. They were 10 games over 500 last year. So they weren't a bad team, but Golden State doesn't just expect to be in the play-in. They want to be a contender.
Fox passes to Wembanyama. Good, and it's Fox who picks up the assist. Fox has got 3 assists now in this one. And so Curry will bring it up for Golden State. They trail by 11. Stolen away. Barnes finds Fox. Here's Champagnie. Off target with his 3. Now the Warriors picking it up from outside the arc. A nice shot by Moody. Moody's got 6.
It feels like Steph doesn't even have to look. He just knows where his teammates are.
Here's Wembanyama. Easy money for Wembanyama.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Butler goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go, and it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
Personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for 1, Jimmy.
The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And a deep 3 from Curry from beyond the arc and then some. And now just a 5-point San Antonio lead. Fox kicks to Barnes. Down low, here's Wembanyama. Basket is good. The assist from Barnes. 24 points for Victor Wembanyama. Curry wide open, and another 3 for Golden State.
I don't know what you do with Steph in the pick-and-roll situation like that. He capitalizes because of the separation, and it doesn't have to be much.
And so they foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two. Really like that work there in the paint. He has really established a low post presence.
Curry dishes to Butler. There's the pick. To the hoop, Butler, and slam dunk by Butler.
Man, way over the defenses. Jimmy Butler gets some airtime.
And Jimmy Butler put together, Brent, one of the all-time playoff runs, leading the Heat to the finals in 2023.
Yeah, you don't want to live in or dwell on the past, but man, Miami being the 8th seed that year, Kevin, and with Jimmy putting up 38 a game in that first round against the Bucks. The guy earned the MVP of the Eastern Conference Finals. What a run.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Keldon Johnson. That's his first foul. 1:25 left in the third. Payton right side. Oh, and the jam by Payton.
Yeah, even though Hield can pull up from anywhere, you love that he's always looking to find a shot for his teammate.
And they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Ball against Hield. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. And it's a 6-point San Antonio lead. Here's Kuminga. Out to Payton. into the lane. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's going to be on Devin Vassell. The Warriors have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line. It seems likely that the Warriors' title run under Steph Curry, Brent, has probably come to a close.
I'm not going to count Steph Curry out quite yet, Kevin, but they have added some quality youngsters. They're trying to grow that group. How fast can they bring those kids along to championship caliber players? That's the big question. They're going to win their share of games.
It's good, and the San Antonio lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Kuminga. And so it's Paul bringing it up for the Spurs. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Here he goes. Here's Kelishvili. Paul surveying the floor. Up top, Vassell. 1 second left, and he goes in for the dunk.
Very little resistance against that throwdown.
Nope, not what they want to see, and it came this close, Greg.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
Shots. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Anytime a guy's in the post and the teammates know he's unselfish, great player movement can create an opportunity just like that.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. So with Butler sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. We've got Kuminga. Payton is out there with Buddy Hield. Then it's Kevon Looney. And it's Santos in at the small forward. Hield with the bucket.
Well, Hield showing some of that stop and start and stop again game, changing directions, impossible to guard.
Paul for 3. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Paul with the steal. Pass to Johnson. Payton against Paul. Bassey, the pass to Vassell. Over Hield. The Warriors pull it in. Looney's got his 4th rebound in this one. Kuminga finds Looney. Takes the 3. Kuminga, no good. Spurs leading by 5. Johnson for 3. Vassell outside. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Bassey. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up. And here we go, coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
Personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. What do you got for us, DA?
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Steve Kerr talked to his team during the break. His emphasis was for more effort on the defensive end. He said, we have to do a better job of communicating and helping each other out. They're getting too many easy looks. Let's make it hard on them. Kevin, they're going to have to if they're going to slow down the hot shooting of their opponent.
Okay, David, much appreciated. With so many years in the NBA, you would think Curry would slow down, wouldn't you, Brent? But he remains at the very top of his game.
I think the best part about what we're seeing with Steph right now, Kevin, is his competitive will. You get to this age, you get to this stage after accomplishing all the things that Steph has done, and it's still not enough. So let's keep enjoying him while we can.
Green inside. Guarded by Fox. It's good, and the San Antonio lead is cut down to 6, and the bucket from Green. Butler against Fox. Baseline jumper. Warriors with the rebound. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
Their fast break plays have seemed unstoppable. They just keep finding ways to overrun the defense here in transition.
Their attacking of the offensive glass has also been a success story. All game long, they've been committed to finding those second chance opportunities.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Wembanyama against Green. Wembanyama, no good. Warriors trail by 5. To the paint, intercepted. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Warriors have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Pass to Moody. Good, and Curry gets the assist.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
To take the lead, connects from three-point range. And the Warriors lead by 1.
Look at the damage this young man is doing from deep. And there's another.
Game is on the line. He wants the ball. No one on D stepped up to stop him.
Wembanyama, a screen. Champagnie passes to Wembanyama. And Wembanyama, too much inside.
Oh, great decision there. Get it to Wembanyama and let Victor finish as the roller.
Curry kicks to Butler. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And Jimmy Buckets is alive.
Wembanyama with it. Butler covering. 1:04 left in the game. Kept to 1.
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
Here's Curry driving the lane. Got it.
Fearless. Curry takes on the challenge and gets that big basket to fall.
Pass to Wembanyama. It's good.
Feeling it. No doubt about it. He's definitely feeling it right now. Shooting a terrific percentage from the field.
Curry attacking. Count it.
What worked from Steph Curry gets open and makes it look easy. Wow.
Here's Wembanyama. Here's Castle. Jackson Davis defending. Here's Wembanyama. Good.
And that was so clutch. I mean, they're in front by the slimmest of margins, in need of a stop right here.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. Guys, what are their best options now?
You know, always intriguing to see what a coach draws up in this situation.
And sometimes not just what a coach draws up, but who he has execute in these moments.
Both teams will make substitutions. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Moody the pass to Curry. Back to Moody. Wide open look. Yes!
And you're going to take as many of those high percentage shots as you can get.
And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. Well, given the scenario here, how do you approach this next possession?
Not sure they have enough time for the catch and shoot here. Only hope is to try for a tip in off the inbound. They've got their work cut out for them on this possession.
So it's a narrow victory for the Warriors, pulling out the W. That was a fun night. Thank you for that, David. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
ball movement with these two teams, Grant. Fantastic group of passers on each side.
They're just so unselfish. They play for one another. You can see how it keeps the whole team involved. And I'll tell you what, I just love watching teams that can pass like this.
The starters for the Memphis Grizzlies. Bain and Jackson Jr. holding down the forward spots. Williams is out there with Ja Morant. And it's Edey in at the center position. Now here's Bain. Shoots over Kuminga. Bain, no good.
Good contest. Can't let him have open shots from mid-range.
Kuminga finds Curry. Pass to Jackson Davis. And stolen by Morant. And up the court come the Grizzlies on the break.
Powerful.
Yes!
Ooh, as usual, Morant bringing down the house.
Curry against Williams. Kuminga with a screen on Bain. And here's Butler outside. Knocks down the long J.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
Count that bucket. Morant's got his second basket.
With his ability to create or attack the rim, look, that jumper is always going to be available for Morant.
From downtown, and the Warriors with another three.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Well, Richard, with the relocations and the floor he covers, Curry is still an anomaly with his conditioning.
Oh, he's got an off-season program that would make other NBA stars tap out, including myself. His conditioning is amongst the best of all time. It wears on you as a defender.
Sinks the tray.
What a response from Curry. Gotta know he's coming for his revenge.
Morant surveying the floor. Pass to Edey. Jackson on the wing. He's watched by Kuminga. Jackson can't get it to go. The Warriors have gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Outside Kuminga. The three is up. The rebound by Edey. Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Jackson for 3. Curry with the block.
Making his presence felt on defense. Curry with the rejection.
And that one's good.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Now here's Kuminga, and here's Butler outside. The rebound by Jackson. And it's Jimmy Butler with the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
About 3 minutes gone in the first quarter, and it's Jimmy Butler with the foul. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Golden State on D. They lead by 4.
Good anticipation defensively. See the pass coming and manages to snatch it, run it.
It's never easy from that distance, but we see him drill those and shoot around all the time.
Even though he is capable of hitting that shot, I'd like to see him work for a better look in that situation.
Oh, nothing soft about that.
Was not going to be denied. Just took the dunk that was right in front of him.
And that's his MOB physical. Get in position for the putback and throw it down. The defense got to know that's what he's looking to do.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
For years, the Grizzlies' team motto was grit and grind. You think that shifted?
They're a little bit flashy, but they still have that underdog spirit. That's what grit and grind is about. They're always... out to prove themselves.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. No surprise here. Stephen Curry hopes to be a Warrior for life. He said being a part of a group of legends that have played for one franchise, established a culture, and won at the highest level, and did it with a lot of different roster combinations, I don't ever take that for granted. Brian, what a run.
Yeah, it is a great run, and he's been the foundation, Allie. Thank you. Now here's Kuminga. Still no points. Grant, they could attempt a 2-for-1 here.
They could. The key here is a good look.
From deep, Morant. Jackson Davis grabs a miss. Jackson Davis has got rebound number 5 here tonight. And here's Butler outside, and the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Bane, the pass to Morant. Jackson for 3. Hits the trifecta. Jackson's got 8.
You have to account for Jackson Jr. in the corner. I mean, he's an excellent three-point shooter.
Here's Williams. Set it up with a fake, but it's offline. On the wing, Curry. From deep three-point land. It's been all about Jaren Jackson for Memphis. 8 points in the quarter. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen from the Grizzlies, what do you think, guys?
Well, it's pretty obvious. I mean, cashing in on extra opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
When you're the more aggressive club, good things tend to happen. We'll see if they can maintain this level of intensity.
A line change here for Memphis. On the court for the Grizzlies. We've got Luke Kennard, and it's Huff in at the 5, down low.
Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells the story of how well you are playing team offense.
Here's Knox. Pass to Green. They set the pick. The 3-ball. Huff pulls it in. Memphis leading by 3. And there's the lob.
And the lead increases on a crazy offensive sequence.
Man, the dunk alone would have been incredible, let alone the fact that it came off a pinpoint pass. Green, the pass to Knox. Outside for Green. Here's Post. They get it again. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
He really gets in perfect position for the follow. Just a terrific read.
Offensive rebound. Kennard for 3. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Warriors. Here's Hield. No points yet. Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Drills it from deep. And that ties it up.
This is what Hield does. Exceptional at spacing the court with his three-point shooting.
Hield has bounced around for a while now, but he's still a deadly shooter, Richard.
Hield is the definition of a shooter for hire. He's a mercenary. When he's on the floor, he's looking to pull up from deep. That's what he's paid to do. He's been an elite shooter his whole career.
Now here's Jackson. Payton with a steal.
Grizzlies foul. Lamar Stevens. First personal foul. First team foul.
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Here's Wells. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Pass to Post. Outside, Green from deep. Nope, another miss. 0 for 2 to start the game. Here's Huff. Here's Kennard. Green covering. And stolen by Green. Oh, and a fast break for the Warriors. On the wing, Payton. Plenty of space. And it's good. Off the back rim and in.
Trading the lead back and forth. Neither side is willing to back down.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
Jackson gets the bucket. Neither side willing to relent.
That's led to 8 lead changes and a bunch of drama already.
Pass to Green. From outside the arc. Green able to hit from 3.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at it.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Second team foul.
A minute 58 left in the first half. Stevens, the pass to Jackson. And there's the screen. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one. Well, Richard, as we've seen, sometimes all a player needs to prosper is a change of scenery.
Well, no doubt, B.A. One of the biggest deciding factors in being successful is how you fit into a system and how you fit in with the players around you.
Oh, there's the alley. Tries to save it. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Kennard. And almost 4 minutes gone in the second quarter of play. Here's Heald. Pass to post. Lets it go from deep. And that one's good. Knox has got 5.
Well, if you let him shoot freely, you're going to give up a lot of trays.
Kennard passes to Huff. Back to Kennard. Three-pointer. Kept alive. There's Jackson with the 3. Count it. All 3 of his attempts have gone in.
Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
Golden State has gone 3 for 7 from the perimeter during the second quarter. Here's Heald. Oh, he missed it. Making him 1 for 2 now. The Grizzlies have gotten over 50% of their shots to go. 5 for 9 in the second. And it's Green with the ball for Golden State. Here's Knox. Pass to Heald. Shot clock at 6. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Here's Payton. Huff pulls it in. Huff's got 5 rebounds in the game. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Second personal foul. Third team foul.
The first free throw is good.
At the line for the Grizzlies, Lamar Stevens. 2 shots.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. We've got 13 seconds left to play in the first half. They set the pick. Heald fires from way outside. Can't connect from long distance. Pass to Kennard. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. It's the Grizzlies up 2. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. Man, it's been quite a game for Stephen Curry.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
Trace Jackson-Davis out there with Jonathan Kuminga. Then it's Moody. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Curry in at the point guard position. And that's the group for Steve Kerr as we begin the second half. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Brian, the Warriors play a unique style predicated on passing and cutting off the ball. Stephen Curry said the main goal is to just force the defense to make as many decisions as he can. So with all that ball movement and body movement, they're going to mess up at some point. Brian?
Well, it helps having a weapon like Stephen Curry. Thanks, Allie. Jackson-Davis, a screen. Over Williams. Curry, no good.
Oh, I can see some miscommunication on defense there very clearly. They were super fortunate it didn't torch them with that mistake.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
No doubt. That's the kind of play that can energize the whole team, and they will take it in a close game like this.
Grant, despite the Warriors' success over the last decade, it hasn't always been this way for this franchise.
Yeah, they didn't have many winning seasons before they got Steph, Clay, and Dre. And you know, BA, from 1978 to 2012, they made the playoffs just 6 times.
And the three-pointer goes.
Unselfish offense leads to Butler getting something in rhythm.
The three from Bain. Williams from long range knocks down the triples. And the Grizzlies lead by 2. These teams just keep trading the lead.
Yeah, you wonder what it's going to take for someone to pull away.
Butler passes to Kuminga. And here's Curry. The three is up. The shot no good. And the Grizzlies pushing it up now. Curry against Williams. Williams can't get that one to fall.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Kuminga with a screen on Williams. And here's Curry for 3. And that's up and in. 5 for 12 in this game.
What focus from Curry on offense so far, doing everything he can to provide a lift for his squad.
The Warriors have gone 3 of 7 here in this third quarter. On the wing, Curry. Back to Moody. Pass to Kuminga. Ooh, Kuminga, so deadly at the rim.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
Moran against Butler. Here's the pick. And again, Memphis no good. The Warriors lead by 3. Fires the 3, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Curry. Butler's got 9.
Nice shot from Butler, making himself a threat from downtown.
Now well into his 30s. Is it fair to start wondering how many seasons Jimmy Butler has left, Grant?
Well, it's a fair question, B.A. But at the same time, Jimmy's hunger is just so different than everybody else's, which I could see helping prolong his career.
And it's a completely new group here for the Warriors. Stolen by Kennard. And he's going for the lob. And the dunk by Jackson.
Beautiful setup on the alley-oop.
Great catch, great flush. On the break. There's the triple. He buries it from 3. And it's now just a 1-point Warrior lead.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Green, the pass to Knox. Back to Green. And now the Grizzlies on the run. And he goes in for the dunk.
Strong defense followed by some smart offense. That's just good fundamentals.
There's a screen. Pass to Knox. Fires the 3. On target from range. Give him 8.
And able to regain the lead there.
For Memphis, they've gotten 5 of 10 shots to go. The deep 3 from Kennard. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Golden State has got 4 of 8 attempts to fall from deep here in the third quarter. Payton's shot is good.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from 3-point range.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
Stevens, the pass to Kennard. Let's go with a 3. Drains the triple. Kennard's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. Here's Payton. That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
You have to love his unselfishness and ability to make those around him better.
He does do a great job steering the ship for them out there and keeping the offense clicking.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. On the court for Memphis to start the fourth. They've got Gigi Jackson. And And it's Huff in at the center position. Here come the Grizzlies again. Memphis with the fast break.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
An important 2 points, not just on the scoreboard, but also for a little bit of momentum.
And it's Green missing. The Grizzlies shooting the rock well at 46%. Kennard for 3. They get the rebound. Clock at 6. Another shot. Rebounded by Green.
Got to find easier shots when you're already struggling. That's not going to get it.
Right side, Peyton. Pass to Knox. Outside, Green. 4-3. Knocks it down from distance.
Green's floor stretching ability, one of the things that makes this offense so dynamic.
Kennard finds Jackson. They set a pick. Kennard against Green. Takes the 3. Nice shot by Kennard.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Hield against Kennard. Puts up a 3. And the Warriors with another 3.
Love the response there from Hield, matching threes.
Pass to Kennard. There's the 3. The rebound by Post. The Warriors lead by 3. Inside. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Well, Draymond has a special talent for setting guys up, especially for his position.
And the foul called on Draymond Green. That's his 3rd foul of the game. And it's a completely new group here for the Warriors. Here's Morant. Morant taking no chances on the plunge.
Get this man the ball and he will make something happen. Morant rises to the occasion, man.
Butler on the wing. Curry surveys. Off target from 3-point range. Grizzlies trail by 3. Morant with it. Kuminga defends. Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
And this is what John Morant does best. When he finds his rhythm on offense, he is almost impossible to guard.
Here's Butler. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Curry. Curry's got his 4th assist in this one.
This is Jimmy Buckets at his best, rising to a challenge and delivering for his team.
Jackson gets the bucket.
Won't shy away from the big moment. No hesitation from Jackson Jr. on that shot.
Outside Butler. Pass to Kuminga. Moody from outside. And Morant clears the board. Memphis has got 2 of 5 threes to go here in the 4th. Edey. Yes, they get the go-ahead bucket. And the Grizzlies lead by 2.
What a pass from Morant. He does a terrific job staying alert, seeking out the right opportunities to get his teammates involved.
Butler on the wing, guarded by Bain. Butler passes to Curry. 4-3, Stephen Curry.
When it is crunch time and you've got Stephen Wardell Curry, the game plan is simple. Get him the ball.
Bain surveying the D. It's stolen by Kuminga. Here's Jackson Davis. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
Jackson Davis taking.
And no luck at the stripe this time. Second one won't fall. Here's Curry. Money.
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
What a huge play, coming through when it matters most.
To the left side wing. Here's Edey. He connects. Oh, what a sensational bucket. That brings them within one.
Yeah, these teams are playing with incredible energy.
Yeah, the second half in stark contrast with the first. Coach must have gotten on them a little bit at halftime.
And Steph relishes taking key shots. It's what he's out there to do.
Jackson, pass to Morant. Kicks it out to Jackson. Launches it. He's off from three. Curry against Williams. And he buries it.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring, able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
The three from Bain. Misses there. And so it's Golden State winning this one. I'm sure they would have preferred. Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to